Hi there, you want your viewport scales to be ready for efficient work. But whenever I want to do this, what happens is that I don't have the drawing scale that I need. I could, of course, create this drawing scale by going to the custom tab. And in order to create drawing scales, we need a chart like this with the scale factor, so that way we can simplify our life. So for instance, I'm going to create a scale 1/8 equals a foot. So in order to create that, we need to know first the factor scale, and that will be 96. So let's remember that number, and let's go ahead and create quickly a scale. So I'm going to click the add option over here and type the following. And the scale properties, we have paper units, which in paper units we want always to be 1, but in drawing units, that's where our scale factor of 96 will be used for this specific drawing scale, or also called viewport scale. So let's put that over here, 96, and let's click OK. So once we do that, we can simply hit OK. And that way, whenever I get inside my viewport, by double clicking on it, I will be able to select my new viewport or drawing scale by clicking on it. And that way I can scale my drawing accordingly. But constantly creating your viewport scales in every drawing is frustrating and time consuming. So if we go to a different drawing like this side plan, we can see that we have so many drawing scales. So how does that work? You'll be creating one drawing scale in one drawing and don't have it available on your next drawing. So let's simplify things. The way we can achieve an automatic way to create your drawing scales is by using the options dialog box. So I'm going to use that, OP, and enter. And this will bring up the options dialog box again. Over here, what we can do is set some preferences. So if we go under the user preferences, we will have an option called default scale list. So if we select that option, we will have many different drawing scales or viewport scales over here. And for this specific site plan that I just showed you, what we need is some engineering scales. I'm gonna start creating a couple of them using again the chart, and I'm gonna start adding again. So let's click add, and what I'm gonna create first is these civil drawing scales. 1 inch equals a foot, and so on. So let's quickly do that. So I'm gonna simply go ahead and copy my text like so that way I don't type it again. So 1 inch equals 10 foot, and for the scale factor, again, very easy, following our factor chart, that will be 120. Under the drawing units, 120, and click OK. I'm gonna add a couple more really quick because it's very simple using the scale factor chart that I shared with you on another live stream. So I added 3 different civil drawing scales, and I'm gonna click OK. So now what happened is that if I click apply and OK, you will see that whenever I want to change to this engineering scale, I won't have it available. So that's a problem. And the reason why we don't have it available is because we didn't create it over here under the custom options. We created it under the options dialog box, remember? So there is an extra step that we need to do in order to get our drawing scales. What we need to do is go to the custom option under the drawing scales, and here there will be an option to reset your drawing scales. So once we do that and click that, we will have this dialog box. Of course, our units are imperial because we are in the US, but you can pick yours, and I'll pick imperial scales, and boom, automatically all of our viewport scales are showing up now, and we can simply hit OK. So this way we will now have available all of our drawing scales. Now this is a little tedious to do if we have to do this for every drawing, because let's say I go to another drawing over here to this side plan and I want to change to my civil drawing scales, and you can see that my civil drawing scales are not showing up here. So how I do this quickly and immediately? By utilizing the tool palette. So we can open that by using the Control-3 shortcut on my keyboard, and here I can add anything to my tool palette. I could add a polyline, I could add a text. So I'm gonna simply drag this polyline over here, and that way I can create my command by simply selecting the properties by clicking on it. And here I can change the flyout from yes to no, so that way I can change or modify the command string. So first, before I do that, I'm gonna rename my command. So I call this command lazy scales. And for the command string, I don't like to waste time writing again, so I already posted this command on our Patreon page. So what I'm gonna do is simply copy that command. I'm gonna copy this and simply go under the command string again and simply paste that code, so that way I don't have to do it again. We don't like to waste time. So quickly to explain this, what we're utilizing is the command scale list edit. So that's the command that we can utilize to open the custom scales. Remember that we open it. So then we're following some instructions to reset. That's why we're using the R character, Y for yes, and then we're adding also this message that let us know that, hey, you're good with your drawing scales now. So let's click OK, and now let's quickly test it. So we can see that if we try to select a scale over here, we don't have any of our civil scales. So let's click on it, and boom. So let's check if the civil scales are ready now. So let me select that, and boom, quickly utilize them as we need. So what do you think about this command?